Robin's restarting Skype.
Uh-huh.
He got on and I could hear his AC and he was trying to fix it and it wasn't fixing.
Mm-hmm. A likely story.
I told him it's the curse of the third man on because usually I have to adjust all my sound edit all my sound and where it comes from and how much is heard.
Yeah.
When I get on, and seeing as he was the third one on this time.
It's third with Purd. On third with Purd.
Now we just need to find a guy named Purd to start commentating baseball.
Perfectly.
And he can do all his interviews at third base.
Oops. Alright, I think we're...
It's called pre-marketing.
So yeah,
Spiked Joneses.
Spike Jones. You gotta
Everyone's
keep up.
got a spike now.
Yeah, you gotta keep up with the Jones. 6.9% and 19.2 ounces.
It's a healthy little drinky drink.
Yeah, I had half of one earlier, and I was kind of drunk.
Yeah. Oh, there, see?
The fuck?
That's the loudest air conditioner in the history of time.
Shut the fuck up! It's always this loud.
Oh,
No,
that's not doing it.
Yeah. So is my mic working then?
Yeah.
I mean, now it's quieter. Yeah.
Quieter? Dude, it never... The fuck is going
Only
on?
when you're talking. Carbonated hard cider, huh?
Yeah, I don't hear it now.
That's because I'm not talking. Let's try this. How about now?
I
Say
didn't hear it.
Yeah, say something. Say something.
I said something.
That sounds a lot better, but you're very quiet.
Okay, how about this? Blah, 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 blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah.
When you talk, I hear it in the background, but it's not that bad.
Yeah, like we can roll with it. It's not really. It's noticeable, but it's not like drowning.
I didn't change anything. So,
Well, Skype's been fucking around with a lot of people lately. I was listening to another podcast, and apparently they had to change some settings or some shit.
I'm gonna see if I can figure it out in the settings.
See, now I hear it.
Okay, how about now?
Yeah.
Say something.
La 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 la.
So when you talk, I hear it, but it doesn't.
Shouldn't. It's the noise can't. Oh, here it is. All right, how about now?
That sounds pretty good.
Yeah, somehow the noise canceling got set at default instead of high, which I normally have it on.
Ah,
Booyah!
nailed it.
Lug nut
Another mystery solved. Batman.
fixed it.
We are back. We are back.
We are getting Doug back.
Go Ducks.
Go Ducks.
Ducks.
Oh, man,
So want to hear fun medical news for me?
News.
No.
News.
So you know my hyperactive thyroid thing, right?
Yeah, you got one of
No,
those.
what? News
Caused
to me. There
Yeah.
it is. News. Yay.
News, yeah. That causes me to go paralyzed.
Yeah.
So
Nerd.
I'm like,
get a better thyroid.
I'm looking at my medication and I was like, I don't want to start taking these again. Mom's
Right.
like, you should really start taking those again. I was like, so I can get up to 300 pounds this time? I was like, she's like, there's ways to lose weight. I'm like, not on these.
Yeah.
I was like, tell that to the last time I gained 75 pounds.
So what's the news?
So she's like, how much are you taking? I was like, 10 milligrams twice a day. And she's like, I'm taking 100 micrograms a day.
Micrograms.
Yes. And I'm like, what? And I was like, nope, David's getting a new doctor.
Yeah.
So you cut those pills in half and then take them once a day instead of twice?
Maybe. Because my old doctor had me on 5 milligrams once a day. And my new doctor's like, oh, you're supposed to be taking these 3 times a day, and then upped my dosage as well.
Jesus.
And I was like, do you want me to roll in here next time? Because it's been a struggle to lose half the weight that I gained.
You're going to show up like Ned from the first Spider-Man.
Yeah, that's I don't like when doctors should reference this shit. Like, oh, what have you been on? What's happening to your body?
Right.
And when I straight up tell you, oh yeah, I ran out of medication, so I haven't been on it for 3 months because I haven't been able to get in to see you. Don't just immediately go, okay, we're jacking it all the way up.
Yeah, time to crank you up.
Yeah,
Turn up
jack
to
it
11.
enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dave, you need to jack it more.
Speaking
I don't
of
think I
cranking it,
can.
I'm surprised I'm not cranking it right now.
Speaking of cranking it, it's Dave.
Just finished again. Yeah. So I am in looking for a new doctor.
Hey, I got a doctor.
Dr. Vinny Boom Butts.
There it is.
Yeah, I'm doing okay this week. Last week I wasn't not so good.
Oh God. Wah, wah, wah. So what we got this week?
Well, we got a lot of footy ball to talk about.
Booty ball.
Uh,
Fuck the Beavers.
And the Huskies.
All at one time.
It was quite possibly one of the best football weekends of all time.
Wasn't bad.
When you consider everybody who lost and everybody who won and who they won against. Pretty good.
ESPN still messes me up because I want to go to, on my app, on the phone app, I want to go to Pac-12 to check scores real quick.
Oh, yeah.
And then I'm like, wait, all the schools I care about checking now are not the schools I should care about checking anymore. I'm like, ah, shit.
I feel like I think we're going to have this, I don't know how to put it. Well, I guess it would be like a nostalgic feeling of the Pac-12 schools. Like we're still going to check on them.
Yeah. Because I have
like, I don't care about Purdue or Indiana or Maryland or Rutgers or.
Not yet.
Yeah.
But I do care about what's going on with California.
Yeah.
Let's see,
the Bears?
Yep, the Bears. I don't care about the Arizona schools.
No.
Like I'm enjoying the dumpster fire that is Colorado.
Yep.
Yeah. I think that's a national thing.
And then Utah just kind of continues to be Utah.
Yeah. I was gonna say I dislike
till Whittington goes.
Dislike thinking that Utah's gonna be good, and then also hating the fact that they've got a 7th-year starting quarterback
who never plays.
Yeah. Right. He's like, I'm hurt again.
Because they did a thing where they showed a picture, like rookies like Caleb Williams, Williams, and someone else, and it's like NFL quarterbacks, 22, and it's like college quarterbacks, a 25-year-old and like 2 25-year-olds.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, just get it. You're done. At a certain time, you're just taking up space. Yeah, you're good, but if you were gonna go,
you would have gone.
You would have gone.
It's like DJ
Uwe. Until you're gone.
DJ Uwe Ungalale. Oh, Robin's going blacklight.
I got. Hey. Hey, Jeff, what's going on over there?
Is this a Jeff Dunham show?
Well, I don't know.
Jeff Dunham.
No, it's Jeff from Craig Ferguson.
Yeah, Craigie Fergs.
Oh, yeah.
Here, we'll get him some sunnies. Some of these.
You also need Secretariat, the horse.
I feel like with those sunglasses, he's just going to say something like, nice tits.
I can't see shit in this thing.
I was like, it's either going to be nice tits or something racist.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Those are nice black tits.
We got another one back here. You can't see.
Well, not with
Some
the
nice
black light.
tits.
Oh
Fred Meyer had these black light skeleton things. This was like $350.
$350.
About $350.
He's like, hey, look at my nuts.
I ain't got none.
I was like, get out of here, Loch Ness monster.
So that's what it's like when you get a boner.
Until we meet again.
Hey, man.
All right, I'm gonna turn regular lights back on. That was fun.
We got to talk about Diddy.
Or didn't he?
God.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he did.
He did. He done did it.
He did it. He did. Did he do it? I think he did.
I think he did. I think he did.
You got some Oh, wait, I thought I had screenshots of things.
To be.
Well,
Or not to be.
He doesn't.
This isn't like a long conversation piece, so
Jake, take this, and then we can do Shakespeare in the park.
Shakespeare in the park.
I'll just show you it on here. I tried a new pre-workout.
Oh yeah, is it called not jerking off?
Yeah. And
wait,
come on.
You had it better. There it is.
It's like it's when Mike Tyson gets angry and he says, "I'm gonna be a savage."
Yep.
I was like, why is it called savage pre-workout? Like,
did it work? Did you feel like a savage?
I felt like a savage in the gym.
You see, you want
there was
to
a guy
sound
on the
like
bench
Mike
press,
Tyson,
and I said, "Get on my bench press, bitch."
Yeah, I was gonna say you think it sounds like Mike Tyson, but it actually kind of sounds gay.
I'm a gay Mike Tyson.
Hey, it's savage.
I think Mike Tyson, if he was honest, was probably like a little bit gay.
I think everyone's a little bit gay.
No, he was definitely not. Like, he was all man.
I used to fuck bitches like you.
He was very confusing sounding.
Yeah, he just confuses people with his lisp.
Yeah, they're what?
I like to dance.
I had this chief in the Navy, huge, 6 foot, like 5, just absolutely ripped black dude, like scary.
Tits?
But when he'd stand in place, he did the post on one leg kind of out, and then his hands were like this on his hips, like by his back. And I was like, Chief, that's kind of confusing. You're confusing people. Hey, fuck you, Deaton.
Fuck you, Deaton. 30 days bread and water.
I don't think that guy ever opened a door. He kicked them all in.
He's just standing there on one leg like Jean-Claude Van Damme.
He walked by, he just throat kicks you.
But you know, he was against swearing, so he was Jean-Claude Van Darnett.
Dag damn it.
Jean-Claude Dag
There you
damn it,
go.
that's the name of the pre-show.
We did one time. So he was on, remember Wipeout?
I do.
And
it's still on.
People would get up on the platform and they got to try to shoot out a catchphrase. Well, he's a
catchphrase.
He's a chief gunner's mate in the Navy, and all he does is go, "Welcome to the gun show." And so we screen captured that and printed out a bunch of pictures and posted them all over the ship. I don't think I slept for 3 days.
Well, that's
for fear of reprisal.
Yeah, no, because he has working. We literally worked a 21-hour day that day just because he was pissed off. He was finding work from other people. Okay, I don't know if he did that, but he was pissed off.
You got to have a sense of humor about yourself, man. You went on a show called Wipeout, and then you went Welcome to the Gun Show. Like, as going on, that's going to happen.
You set yourself up, man.
Yeah.
We didn't even do it.
Still,
we didn't say it.
Yeah.
He's
a
still
lot of people are saying it. We never.
He's still on my short list of very few people that I found intimidating. Yeah. Not that I'm tougher than everybody.
The gun show.
No, he was just an intimidating guy.
The gun show.
And I know there's I know there's plenty of people out there that could just work me over, right?
Oh yeah,
I get it. But then there's the people that are like, you look at somebody, you're like, oh, he could probably beat my ass, but I'm not intimidated by him.
Yeah.
You'd see him and you're just like, I'm kind of scared right now, and I don't know why. He hasn't even looked at me.
I feel that way. Like I've never really been much of a fighter, but I feel like enough people have looked at me and been like, God, like I'm probably gonna win, but it's gonna suck. Like, and I feel like that's why I don't get into fights, because people can tell that fighting me is gonna suck. They might win, they're probably gonna win, but it's gonna suck.
Mm. I've been in a fight a long time. I'll bite.
I'll fucking get dirty. I don't care.
I'll stab someone.
I'd rather, as they say, rather be the one doing the hooving than the one laying on the ground wondering why you got hooved.
Mm-hmm.
Robin, I'll stab someone. Robin knows.
Yeah.
Robin has kept me from stabbing.
I know. When I said it, I was like, wait. No, I'm the anti-stabber.
The anti-stabber.
It's my superhero name.
Protege of Cockknocker.
Yes.
Yeah. Having you guys ever had a knife pulled on you?
Yeah.
That sucks.
Kids are dumb.
Yeah.
No, like as an adult.
No, I mean by kids.
Oh. No, but like, have you ever had an adult pull a knife on you?
No.
I don't think so.
That sucks.
Yeah, just stupid kids.
Yeah, I had to diffuse that shit real
Like,
fucking
I will
quick.
kick you in the throat before you have a chance to stab me.
No, I'll shoot him.
The point of a knife fight is that you're gonna get cut. So hope you're ready.
Yeah. Stab.
I can't remember who it was.
4-5
But
people
it was
every
this some guy. They were talking about fight. It was a jiu-jitsu gym, and he's a smaller guy.
A jiu-jitsu gym.
A jiu-jitsu gym, or what do they call them?
A gymnitsu.
A BJJ dojo.
BJJD.
What would Jesus do?
Yeah. Jiu-jitsu.
But they're talking about like
Jiu-jitsu.
knife fights, and he's like, I'm 5'6" and 140 pounds soaking wet. I carry a gun.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm not fighting anybody.
What kind
are you
of
talking
jiu-jitsu
about?
would Jesus do?
Jiu-jitsu. Jew jitsu.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Yep.
Did you hear about the pagers blowing up?
Speaking of jiu-jitsu.
That was going to be one of the stories I brought up.
Okay, well, I will not tell the details I know then.
No, go ahead. Oh, all right.
No, yeah,
save details you know
because
later.
I know nothing. I essentially know that the pagers
You know
blew up.
nothing?
Because I know nothing. Well, I actually sent you. I think I sent it to you, to Jake, but he doesn't look at TikToks.
I watched my TikTok today.
Only bullet. Oh yeah, you don't react. You'll watch them. There's like 1 out of 10 you'll react to, which is honestly on brand. So
yeah, I mean, hey, well, it's like I said that one thing. Me reacting to my friend's reels.
Yeah.
I'm not going to bring this up in the show because we've talked about it twice in other episodes already. So I watched Fall Guy last night.
Oh, all right.
I dug it. I really dug it. I really, really, really dug the post-credit scene.
Right? I knew you would.
Out loud.
I forgot what happened.
The cops show up after the helicopter crashed, and then Rebecca, I don't know her name, Gail in this movie.
Right.
Rebecca's like,
it's Rebecca.
She's like, do you know who I am? I can make you a huge star. Right, and then leave the cop. And I don't see it until he gets the sunglasses off, and I'm like, that's Lee fucking Majors.
And
I was like, that's awesome.
Yep.
I thought the whole movie was like, for what it was,
brilliant.
Yeah, the action in it, great. The stunt choreography, is just cool. Which it had to be because it's a movie about a stunt guy.
Yeah.
They managed to make you feel like you were seeing behind the scenes without being behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Which I thought was really cool. Like, okay, push him out. Here we go. Time to do the stunt. But like you're watching a production of something, but it makes you feel like you're.
It's a production of a production.
Exactly. Yeah. It's super meta. Like the whole movie is super meta. I really liked it.
I really appreciated, I guess, in a sense, since I'm not a stunt guy or at all, but the whole credits scene when they're playing all the stunts and then they're like showing the stuntmen.
Yeah.
And also the part in the movie where they're like, "Oh, you're the stunt guy. Do they give awards for those?" And he's just like, "No." And I was like,
yet.
This is the movie.
Well, that was why at the Oscars they did like a whole thing about it.
Mm-hmm.
Like here's to like all the people, dude. I could tell you stories about stuntmen, man. Like my dad worked on when he was working on The Postman. He said they were getting people transferred over from Titanic, and everybody who was coming over like showed up with like a broken arm, and not just like like a broken arm, like a broken humerus. Like okay, great, like you're here. What can you do with a broken? Yeah, what can you do as a stuntman with a broken humerus? Like, well, I guess I can drive. It's a movie called The Postman.
Drive a buggy?
Yeah, I can just see that guy just.
Yeah, that was stuck in my head today in the gym.
Love it.
Also, when you said that they're getting stuntmen from the Titanic, I was like, "Are they wet?"
Yeah.
You ready to get wet?
You ready to get wet?
Is your pussy fucking wet? God, what movie was that? Fucking.
Hey, go Ducks.
Hey, go Ducks. Philip Seymour Hoffman is being like a total fucking creep and like calling this chick and asking her if she's wet. I'm trying to remember what movie that was. He's
I don't know, but it sounds awesome.
Yeah.
I can picture him in it.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, are you wet?
He had the big 80s glasses.
Uh-huh.
And then the slick over. I want to say something like Larry Flint versus the USA or something.
But you're in the area.
Oh, it was the movie Happiness.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah, from 98.
Oh, okay. I was thinking it was Boogie Nights.
Let's see if I can find it real quick and pull it up on the.
Maybe that's what I was picturing. Boogie Nights, Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Riv and I saw Beetlejuice.
Man, you've seen that twice now. It's good, eh?
No, we only saw it once.
I'm sure you've seen Beetlejuice more than once.
Wait, was that
Beetlejuice?
Was that too many times? Did we say it too many times?
God, where is he?
Yeah, I don't know. He's that's him right there.
Beetlejuice is inside you.
Found him.
I don't know, butthead.
Get out of me, Michael Keaton.
Personal recovery, like get a hint. I'm not answering.
This is actually from Home Alone.
Yeah, that's Marv.
Yeah. Home Alone 2 with Donald Trump.
I don't know why it's in all caps.
So how was Beetlejuice?
It's good.
Nice.
I don't remember I do remember details, but not nothing really stuck out. But it's a good movie. Like it's good enough to watch.
Yeah.
Not necessarily need to rush out and watch it, but see it when you see it. That kind of movie.
Jenna Ortega in it?
Yeah.
Is she playing Winona Ryder's daughter?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is she hot?
Usually. Her name is Astrid, which made me laugh when they said it. I was like, it's Astrid. Yep. Is it on M&M's?
Mm-hmm.
If I would have known that was her name, I would have brought M&M's. Instead, I was like, hey, Riff, I got dots.
Speaking of words that made me angry today.
Speaking of words that made me
angry. Since we're on the topic, yeah.
Since we're on the topic. They don't call me old Dave, master of segways, Deaton for nothing.
Right? Nope. Nobody calls you that. But
nope.
Hey, since nobody was talking about this, let me bring it up. How do you...
Today in class, my teacher kept saying instead of saying Uranus, she kept saying Uranus.
Uranus, yeah.
Like how I guess it's supposed to be said. Yeah. And I got angry because I was like, no, you say your anus because I want to giggle. All right?
Yeah, this is college.
Say it how you're supposed to say it,
how you're supposed to say it so that I can giggle a little bit.
Like,
All right,
let me be 12.
Instead, you say Uranus,
You
and
should
then I just think of
Letterkenny.
Letterkenny.
Yeah.
Standing at the Uranus. Someone took a shit in the Uranus.
Someone took a shit on the toilet. Took a shit on the side of the
You
toilet.
should have raised your hand and be like, don't you mean Uranus?
I'm sorry, are you talking about Uranus?
Yeah. So
And
I'm
then,
not
like,
gonna-
that would have been good.
You would have got 3 people like rolling their eyes, but secretly everyone would have been chuckling deep down.
Oh,
inside.
there would have been laughs. These are
Yeah.
like 18, 19-year-old kids.
Mhm.
He's getting a laugh.
I'm sorry, did you mean Uranus?
I know the teacher and then one girl that would have like annoyed-eyed me.
Right.
Mhm.
Like Dave has a reputation to keep here as serious guy in college.
Wait. Are we not supposed to get that confused for Uranus?
Yeah. Wait, when did we get another planet? Did they replace Pluto?
We actually got another moon.
Got another moon,
Yeah, like a mini moon.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
At first, I didn't know how big it was going to be, or how small technically it is. So I was in my head, I was just like, "What's that going to do to us?"
Nothing.
Yeah,
said
and then
doo-doo.
I realized it's so
It's the
small.
size of like an RV.
Yeah,
Is it really? That's
Yeah.
how-
Yeah.
So-
it's like 33 feet.
it's like
Wide.
space Walter White. He's just out there making
Space meth.
Space meth.
Wait, it's
Space meth.
good. It's actually
Space Meth, the final frontier.
these are the voyages
The
of
final
Starship
front
Yep.
tooth.
Oh, you almost got me.
They've almost died.
Oh, the final front tooth. Now
gonna write
with
that down.
magnets.
That's a good one.
Meth Wars.
Yeah, bitch. Oh yeah, and there was Alicia's wedding.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
Well, sort of.
Oh, I
Ceremony.
got a story I can tell.
I thought it was kind of daring for her to wear white because normally that would contrast against her ankle bracelet that she's supposed to be wearing.
Right.
You don't get ankle bracelets for getting DUIs, right, Dave?
I didn't. But we've
Yeah.
also learned that I also got like the lightest punishment on a DUI ever.
I'm imagining that someone who's a repeat offender in like the same 24-hour period might end up getting some sort of watch on them.
On the second one, so she told me this today. They made her do the breathalyzer. She blew .0000, and they did her blood work, and that came back with nothing.
So she'll be getting off for the second one.
It got dropped. She spent the night in jail, and the DA decided not to prosecute.
So they're just being dickheads.
Yeah.
I'd like to know the backstory is how she got taken in for the second one.
I can tell you. I'll tell
Okay.
you.
Do I need to stop recording?
No, we can.
No,
She's
it's
not
a-
gonna
it's
listen.
My
Oh.
show with Jake and Alex featuring
And
Alicia's
technically,
story.
it's like public record somewhere.
Fair enough.
I mean, it's not sealed.
We could do our own version of Dumb People Town and
Yeah.
just read the story of.
I can show you the video. Oh, actually, I'll just send it to both of you now, and we can watch it.
All right, man.
Hey.
Are you ready for a good ass show?
Yo!
Always.
Oh, what's up, Ali? Speaking of you.
Cool. All right, here we are. We're back again. It's another edition. It's another episode of my show. And you might recognize him from the porta potty line behind you. It's Dave.
I hope it smells good in there.
What?
Porta potty.
Hi.
Shit, what the hell?
Oh,
Oh, you just sent me a video.
here's a video.
Better not
Yeah.
be your butthole this
We'll
time.
save that.
Okay,
Speaking.
You don't have to watch it yet.
I'm watching it right now.
Who's watching it? Oh, let's get through these. Hey, and it's
Keep
Robin.
talking.
Hey, it is Robin. Me and Jeff with a G.
G-off.
G-off. Yeah. All right, bringing it back around. The guy over there who wishes he had a skull to do Jake Spear in the Park. The hoop snake known as Jake.
Nailed it this time.
Nailed
the hoop
it.
Snake known as Jake. I'm sitting back rocking the spiked Jones soda today.
Notice
this one
that.
has like a Sam Squanch on it of some repute.
Oh.
6 motherfucking grape was called.
Oh.
Or metal face grape, perhaps.
Yeah.
Hard soda pop here, and it's a cider actually. It's from Dixon.
Cider pop.
Yeah,
Yep.
Dixon cider.
Dixon cider, and yeah, it's not bad.
Not to be confused with Soak It In.
Yeah, different. That's a different organization there altogether.
Yep.
But yeah, we got some things to talk about. Not just G-off and Shakespeare in the Park, but we got some footy football. We got some move eyes.
Seen them.
Yeah, and then there's something else. I feel like I'm missing something.
Alicia's wedding?
Oh yeah, that. Let's start there.
No, okay.
That seems like the most curious.
It technically wasn't a wedding because they're already married.
It was a ceremony.
It was like a blessing is what they put it as.
A hand fasting.
I really like just making shit up.
First of all,
White girl
I was
shit.
pretty upset because she scheduled it for Saturday, September 14th, which, as we all know, was Civil War Day. It was scheduled for 5:30, which was great because I was like, cool, I'll have time to watch the game and then get there and everything will be cool because it's out at Galesville Dam, not to be confused with Gainesville, Florida, where she lives in, well, the Keys, but close enough. So I had to miss the end of the game, which really pissed me off and also freaked me out a little bit.
Yeah, because you missed all the good part.
When I left, it was 22-14. And then I'm watching on my phone and I get out there. I'm like, well, this sucks. So I'm like, the whole time I'm like, I don't know what's going on. The wedding's already happened, I think. No, it hadn't happened. And I was talking with somebody about the game and he's like, yeah, we won 49-14. I'm like, thank you. Now I need to find out stats. And then I found out they had Wi-Fi over at the campground. So I took my laptop over there because I had my phone running the music because I was also the music guy. And, music guy. And I got a funny story about that too. It was kind of good. But anyway, I go over there, get on the Wi-Fi, and I see all the stats. I'm like, okay, so we kind of fucked them up in the second half. Perfect. So it was supposed to start at 4. At 5 o'clock, I go over to where they're getting dressed, and Alicia still doesn't have her dress on. I'm like, hey,
you're getting married today.
It's 5. She's like, yeah, you knew who. I'm like, no, don't give me excuses. Get your dress on so we can get this shit going.
Right, like don't be fucking rude.
And like, then she starts getting her dress on. I'm like, did somebody have to tell you? Did nobody else think to tell you? Start this fucking thing. Mm-hmm. So whatever. There's only like, I don't know, 50 people there maybe. So I go back over to get ready to do the music. Finally, they get over there, show up. We start the music. Also terrible list of music. I'm like, not the list itself, just the fact that I wasn't really given one, except for this is the bride's song and the song that the dude wanted to come out to. His name's also Miller, so now she's a Miller, but whatever. Play the music. Riv comes out. She's her little flower girl. They forgot the flower petals. Well, they didn't forget them, but Jackie was like, I didn't know if we were going to have somebody, so I just threw them out there where they're going to walk. I'm like, all right, well, Riv got this bubble gun earlier, so she's just going to blow bubbles. That'll work. And they're like, that's awesome. Gun. Perfect. I'm like, yep. So,
I just see Riv running down the aisle going.
No, she just kind of walked and was like, blah, blah, bubble gun. But then she also wouldn't stop, which was kind of awesome.
That's on brand for Riv.
Right. So they didn't tell me what the bridesmaids were supposed to walk out to, but they like had a list of wedding songs. And so I'm like, oh, white wedding. There, boom. It's a nice day for a white wedding. Thought it was hilarious. But then, as they're like halfway done, I went to write something on my piece of paper, and my forearm touched my phone and started playing WAP right in the middle of it. Whores in this house, there's some whores. And I was like, oh my God.
How did I knew that was going to happen at some point.
It's their fault for putting it on the playlist.
Yeah, we prophesized this.
That should not have been on there.
Mm-hmm. You knew this was going to happen. We called it.
We did. We kind of called it. It happened.
And it was at no better time.
It was perfect timing for me to fuck up in the most perfect way ever.
Please rise for the national anthem.
Right.
That's the one thing I wish I was there to see.
Dude, it was so good. It was so good. And
did you not go, Dave?
Slut.
He showed up after.
I showed up afterwards.
Yeah. Which was fine because, again, not a real wedding.
Mm-hmm.
They're already married. They do their whole ceremony thing. Nothing weird happens. The rest of it just goes by. It's done in like 5 minutes. Played some more music for them. Dave shows up with beer.
It's amazing how fast wedding ceremonies actually are.
Yeah.
Like once they start, it's like, hey everybody, got some shit to say. Cool. You guys, you want to say some shit? Cool. You want to say some shit? Cool. All right. You do? You do? Cool. Make out? Cool.
The end. Yeah. And then we just spent time. They had some good food. We had these bacon wrapped stuffed jalapenos.
Yeah, those are good.
Oh my God.
That's all I ate though.
I think they were smoked as well.
Mm-hmm. That's how you do it.
Yeah. Oh, so good.
I did get a spicy jalapeno. Because I was like, oh man, this is really good. And then it was like, it never fails. I get a seed stuck in the back of my throat anytime I eat something spicy.
Every time.
And I'm just like, yeah, that was good. That's a good one.
It was weird. They were like 3 to 4 inch long jalapenos, and they weren't spicy until that last inch and a half of it. And it was like, oh, there's the fucking spice.
Yeah, that's why I call my penis the jalapeno.
Turn them up. Turn them up.
Yeah, the seeds all exist in the last few inches there.
Right? Yeah, nothing crazy happened, but like it was so disorganized that they also didn't do like the father-daughter dance. They didn't do the first dance. Like there was none of that because they were just like, all right, we're gonna go back to our cabin.
Time to party now.
Now it's dark because you're at a park that is a public thing. It also closes, so you can't hang out. Mm-hmm. So we all just left.
I was totally ready to be tired the next day. Instead, I got a full night's rest.
Yeah. So like Dave and I were out of there by like what, 7:30?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We actually got asked to leave.
Asked to leave by the park guys because we were the last ones in there.
Not like in a rude way. Like we know they have to close the gate.
Yeah.
Right.
And we're just chit chatting, and the guy kind of drives up. He's like, "Hey, so we're closing the gate.
Time for you guys to fucking go."
Yeah, we're just like, "Oh yeah, no problem.
Yeah. You don't gotta go home, but you gotta get out of here."
Yeah. You don't gotta go, but get the fuck off my lawn.
But I guess afterwards, like, shit got a little wild that we missed, and that's where the video comes in.
That's the cake face, right? Or is this a different video?
It's not just in the face. Did you watch it all?
I don't think I watched it all then because I saw the cake face and then I was in the class when I was watching it. So.
Oh, okay. So let's see if I can play it. You don't really need the audio. I'll try to play it up there. All right. So Jessica is like, oh my gosh, I'm going to get Jessica's Alicia's sister. She grabs their cake and Jason, the husband's like, oh, don't do that. And then he's like, well, whatever. She already said. She tries to stuff it in Alicia's face. And Alicia's like, what the fuck?
And karate kicks the fuck out of it.
He said I could. So she gets the cake, stuffs it in Jessica's face, and then takes a handful of cake. Wait.
Yeah, I'm watching it right now.
And she reaches down Jessica's pants and
rubs
fuck? It in her cooch.
What? All right.
Never seen that before.
I think I had to pay $5.99 a month once to see that, but
cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Yeah.
Was there a midget there at the end?
No, it's a kid.
it's a child.
Okay, all right.
It's a child.
No,
I'm not sure if that makes it worse.
I would have told you. No, they were just kids. This is how they are, though. The kids just hang around for all the shenanigans. So yeah, that was awesome. So now Alicia's pissed at her sisters, both of them, because I mean that happened and they ruined blah blah. I'm like, well, I mean, you kind of were super disorganized, so I'm not gonna pick a side because you guys both fucked up, but whatever.
I mean, my wedding wasn't the most organized thing in the world, but like we all had tacos and then we hung out until the weather got shitty and then we went and drank at a bar.
I would say yours was 10 times more organized than theirs.
Fair enough.
I mean, if you're gonna have somebody like have me be involved with this, that, and the other, and give me nothing to go off of, I mean, you're really not asking for much, but also your expectations better not be too high either.
Because
yeah,
I got to match your energy. I can't care more about your wedding than you do.
Yeah. That's exactly where I was. I'm like, well, if you don't care, she was like, oh, I trust you to pick some music to do this. Like, this is kind of a big deal, kind of a big part of your wedding.
Right.
And you're just like, whatever. You pick it. I'm like, okay. I'm not going to play WAP.
Yeah.
Plays WAP.
Accidentally plays WAP. We had a few songs that were like, okay, well, we have to have these songs play. One of them was A Power of Love.
Right.
But for the most part, we were just like, okay, just play some shit that people like. And we had just a playlist that we just kind of put together.
Yeah. Well, she was not very helpful on, because I kept asking, I'm like, well, what songs do you want me to play? And then she sends me a pre-made playlist from Apple Music. I'm like, okay.
There's like 14 songs on here.
Well, no, it was like 6 hours of music. Like, you overkilled it. You didn't, whatever.
You're like, skip the ones that you don't want to hear. I'm like, no.
Yeah. But let's go back a little bit and tell the stories of her getting to Oregon. So Alicia lives in the Florida Keys and was supposed to fly in Wednesday and then have time. She was supposed to meet with me. We're going to go over the music and all that stuff. But Thursday afternoon, I called Jackie and I was like, hey, what's going on with your sister? I don't want to bug her because I'm assuming she's busy, but I really don't want to call you because I'm assuming you're busy. And she's like, well, I don't do shit. And I was like, oh, okay, that's fair. She's like, so Alicia got a DUI and got arrested directly off of the airplane. So I don't know how you get a DUI, but also get arrested off the airplane. But she got escorted off of the airplane, her and her husband.
That's not a DUI. That's a drunken public or a drunken disorderly.
Right. I don't know what it was, but they were so fucked up that they got handcuffed and taken off of the plane when they landed in Oregon.
Wow.
Then got a DUI with the rental car from Eugene to their hotel, I guess. Then they got in a big ass fight and like out in the road, throwing things, hitting each other. Police got called. That's when she got the second DUI because they put together, she must be fucked up. They see she's got a DUI today already. And then that's when they gave her the breathalyzer and did the blood test. She got locked up in jail. And since it was after whatever, 8, 9 o'clock, the judge isn't going to be there. So she had to wait till the afternoon, Thursday, to get released. Saw the judge. The judge said the DA dropped all the charges because they didn't see anything in her BAC. It was 0000. And then her blood work also showed up negative for narcotics. So
well, yeah, because you burn those off real fast,
I guess. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that was how she got there. Like,
welcome, Morgan.
Yeah. Yeah. Good job.
Great. Yeah, great going.
Way to plan your wedding. And then it's everyone else's fault that this is happening. Can't plan anything. It's everyone else's fault that you fucked up.
It's everyone else's fault that. Yeah, you got to be pretty fucking hammered on a plane.
Because what I think is she took probably something like anti-anxiety. What do we call those? Benzos, maybe.
Yeah, sure.
Something along, yeah. And drank with it. That'll get you super fucked up.
Or like an Ambien.
Yeah, something like that, maybe. I don't know what you would take an Ambien for a Florida or to Oregon flight, but maybe.
Or maybe a Xanax.
That's probably it. Because I know she's had those because she's given them to me. Not to take. I wouldn't take them because that's not legal.
You hold them.
She seems like the type to have some bars.
Recreational Xanny bar.
But anyway, great wedding.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I was waiting for the dancing. Like I was gonna put some moves on some ladies. I had a few potentials.
Yeah.
I've already slept with all of them, but.
Well, hey.
Then you know they're down.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're like, hey, you want to go over here in the woods?
Right. It wouldn't be the first time.
Got
any shadow dragons out there?
There have been a couple times where you go back to the old familiar because you know it's a slam dunk,
right?
Not because you're exactly looking for it. But I had one of those. Every once in a while it'd hit me up and I'd be like, oh, hey, what are you up to? Yeah, I'll come over.
Yeah, that'll happen.
Yep.
So
as soon as I did get there, Jessica was like walking by and she sees me and she's like, oh, let me put my leg away. And she's like messing with the slit in her dress. And I was like, I just saw your vagine.
Again.
And then me being me, I'm like, oh, hold on, let me push this down. Like, because I'm a jackass too. And she's like, were you touching your dick? I was like,
were you touching your vagina?
I don't know. Were you looking?
Yeah.
Well, Winona's got a big brown beaver and she pets it wherever she goes.
Speaking of big brown beavers.
I've had opportunity to watch a good amount of television lately.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. And I watched the entire first season of Tulsa King.
Nice.
And I watched the second or the first episode of the second season of Tulsa King.
Ooh, so you're ahead of me now.
Yeah,
I haven't watched it yet.
Oh, well, if Jake's seen it, you better fucking catch up, dog.
I will.
Yeah, I watched it. It came out Sunday. I watched it instead of football. I was so excited to see it.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, I forgot it was coming out until you said you'd been watching it, but I don't. What day was that? Because I don't know if the second season had come out yet when you said it.
No, I watched it like Tuesday and Wednesday.
Okay.
I pretty much watched it all the way through 2 days within 2 days, and then it came out. The most recent episode came out on Sunday. So
gotcha.
That's lost something I was playing with. But yeah, no, that show's fantastic. I really like it. Sylvester Stallone plays a great old guy.
He really does.
Like he's a better actor as an old guy than he was as a young guy.
Yes.
Because he's not trying to act like he's just acting like an old guy who's kind of a badass would act like.
Makes sense.
And I like it.
Because he is.
And then he called the Expendables.
I've watched the entire first season of The Sopranos.
Oh, hey.
So now
forget about it.
Now I'm in on that. I know.
Where are you gonna go?
I know all about Jimmy the Rat.
Yeah.
So yeah, I know.
Give me the rat.
Don't quite have the makings of a varsity ball player.
That's a good line. They come back to it every once in a while.
The the thing I like about The Sopranos is I'm watching the end of the first season, and there's a couple big things that happen But for the most part, it doesn't feel like, oh my God, you got to see the season finale.
Right.
You know, it's just like, yeah, there's a couple big things that happen. For instance, like Dave, have you seen it, or am I going to be
I
spoiled?
haven't finished the first season, but Sopranos has been around for so long that I pretty much know I got a gist of what the happenings of the show.
You see, I really have no idea. Like, there's a couple scenes.
Oh, have you never watched it?
I've never seen it.
Oh,
This is my first viewing.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
I've
for the
watched
most
the first
part,
like 3 or 4.
yeah, and for the most part, I'm pretty ignorant. Like, I didn't seek it out, and when it was popular, the internet wasn't really that big of a thing.
Right.
So for me to watch, and nobody really talks about The Sopranos anymore.
Mm-mm.
So yeah, I just decided, okay, fine, I'm gonna watch it, and I went through the first season, and I'm like, wow, this is really fucking good.
Mm-hmm. One thing I like about watching it, like, I don't know what New York was like, or Jersey, or any of the areas they're in the time, but you're watching it and you're just like getting flashbacks of being a kid in the 90s.
Yeah, no, I can super relate to AJ in a way.
Right, like I said, I don't know what things were like there, but just the 90s feel in general. You're just like, yeah.
Well, are you familiar with the whole story about the Sudsbury, or not Sudsbury? Maybe it is the Thrashers or the Trashers, the garbage team. Hockey team.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that, from what I understand, The Sopranos is based on those guys.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's based on, Tony is the dad, and then AJ is AJ. And shit. But yeah, apparently, like, that was one of the things, is they said that they based The Sopranos off of the family that started the whatever Trashers. And
Gotcha.
like, that's, if you haven't watched that 30 for 30, that one is entertaining as hell.
I've watched that one. That one's good.
That one, there was a podcast I listened to about it called The Fighty Pucks. That was really good. Great name too.
Yeah.
And there's like, anytime something comes out, it's that and The Prince of Philadelphia. God, what was the name of that project? Foxcatcher. If anything comes out about Foxcatcher, I watch it. If anything comes out about, like, those are things that, like, as soon as they come out, I watch that shit.
That's one of those movies I own and then keep forgetting to watch.
Very good.
I don't own it, but also anytime Foxcatcher comes up, I'm like, yeah, that's it. I wanted to watch that. And then I will forget about it in the next week. Yep. And the next time it comes up, I'm like,
write it down on something.
That. Yeah, you guys get together and watch Foxcatcher. Get some popcorn.
Isn't that the Steve Carell?
Yes.
Channing Tatum wrestling movie, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he like, Steve Carell embodies that dude. Like, he becomes him. I was very impressed with his performance in that movie.
Did he get nominated for an Oscar for that?
No, it would have been an honor.
I think he got a Golden Globe nomination, though. I don't think he got an Oscar. I think that's what I remember from it.
That sounds right, because I do remember hearing about Foxcatcher again. I'm like, oh shit, that movie. I wanted to see it.
Well, when you're done with The Sopranos, there's a documentary about The Sopranos being made on HBO or Max or whatever it is.
There's also the movie about Tony being a kid, like the
I
Brooklyn
watched that.
Nights or something like that.
It's like a prequel.
Oh.
Yeah. It's basically Tony as a kid.
It's good. It's not great, but it's good.
Yeah.
I think it's good enough to watch.
I gotta cash in on I'm watching all my Mafia shit right now.
There you go.
And I'm about to hop in. And Dave, you might be interested in this too. On Game Pass, they just put Mafia on Game Pass.
Oh, we talked about it last week.
I was gonna say, didn't we talk about that last week?
We may have, but you know me.
Because Mafia 2 and 3 were both $7.50 a piece.
Right. And that's about the time Robin glazed over.
I was like, I remember hearing it, but I wasn't paying attention.
You're like, I know those words are English, but I never heard them organized in that.
And then you brought up Skyrim, so I bought and downloaded the other 2 Mafias, and then I've been playing Skyrim the whole time.
After jumping over to Skyrim, I jumped back into Fallout, and I'm decided I'm just going to use guns.
Right? It's just like Skyrim with guns.
I was like, you know what? I've been handicapping myself, trying to run around with a chainsaw. Fuck it. I'm just going to use guns.
Mm-hmm.
And the game's way easier.
Also, jumping back into Skyrim, I'm doing things that I don't think I've ever done.
Uh-huh.
Like, I went to the college in Winterhold, the Mage College, and I was like...
Winterfell?
Yep. The Westfold.
Oh, yeah.
Where was Gondor? All right.
That was like multiple levels there.
That was just a whole bunch of nerdisms.
All of them, Jake was like, huh?
That was a
I was right.
nerd.
I know Gondor.
Mm-hmm. Oh, 7-layer nerd cake.
7-layer nerd cake is the name of this.
Writing that down. Yep.
I'm with it. I can't pull a ton of Lord of the Rings references, but if you say them, I'm going to hear them and go, oh yeah, okay, I know what he's talking about there.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I did. But that's why that one's fresh in my head. I was in class and there was someone named something Gondor, and I said that out loud in class. And I says, "Where was he when the Westfold fell?" And everyone just kind of looked at me, except for this one chick that I know reads all the books, right? And she looked at me and just kind of smiled.
She's like, "Yeah, Uranus."
She's like, "Yeah."
No, not mine, yours.
Like wrong class. Wait.
Was that in the pre-show? I feel like that was the pre-show.
Yeah, it was pre-show.
Little pre-show callback right there.
Mm-hmm.
If you're watching on the YouTube, you're just fucking blowing snot.
You're laughing your ass off.
And if not, fuck you, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chew Big Red.
But there was another football event that happened this week that needs to be talked about.
Oh yeah.
So
Jake enjoys this a little bit more than us.
This one was a lot of fun. The only downside is that unfortunately, like, the Washington State had to win for this to occur.
Yeah.
But Hezbollah versus Hamas. What you gonna do?
Pretty good one.
Yeah. Yep. So Washington played Washington State for what apparently is the final Apple Cup in its current iteration. More on that here in a minute. Washington committed 16 penalties for like 140 something yards.
Holy shit.
And you missed this. I wish you had been watching football with me, because I had the Apple Cup going on my phone while I'm watching Oregon destroy Oregon State. They had 3rd and 11 from Washington State had 3rd and 11 from their own 2-yard line. And Washington had back-to-back offside penalties. And one of them was contact to the center over, like, at the 2-yard line. Contact to the center.
Come on, man.
I can understand a lot of offside penalties, guys trying to come around, guys trying to get a quick step. Contacting the center is inexcusable.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
But we'll back up a little bit. Washington State was up 24-19. The Huskies drove the ball down inside the 5-yard line. And on fourth and goal with the game on the line, they went to a speed option play with their non-running quarterback to the short side of the field. And it got stuffed, and they pitched it out to the running back, who caught it basically on the sideline at the 3-yard line and got smashed out of bounds. And the Cougars, then there was still like a minute left, and there were back-to-back penalties and just absolute tomfoolery and chaos to end that game.
Wow.
So Cougars come out, they get the Apple Cup trophy, and Coach Dickert is like, yep, we're going to retire this one. I think this one belongs to the Pac-12. We'll bring something different for next year for whatever this looks like.
Wow.
So, but yeah, part of it was the Fuskies didn't want to play in Pullman, so they made them play at the Seahawks Stadium, which is kind of bullshit.
Right. They've done that a few times though too.
You still had a home court advantage.
Essentially, but I mean, The difference is like there's a lot of Washington State fans who live in Seattle because basically you graduate from Wazoo and you move to Seattle.
Right.
That's the way a lot of it happens. And so with them having the home designation, they got an entire half of the stadium, which is still not. You'd think they should get more considering they gave up a home game to there. And you don't exactly get a student section, which is you got to have that.
Oh, are the students in school?
I think they are up here because we're Washington's
okay.
than Oregon.
Well, it did from what I saw, it looked like it was probably 60 to 70% Washington State fans.
It was tough for me to see. I couldn't really tell.
Yeah. Well, I just saw videos on TikTok and stuff, and it looked like there were more Washington State fans.
The Oregon State student section was there, and they weren't there for long, but they were there. 38,000 people, a record, apparently.
38?
Yeah, 38. Woo!
This is like our spring game?
Yeah.
Because didn't we have 40?
Well, they were talking.
We didn't even play against another team.
Yeah.
We were talking. A bunch of people, 40,000 people came out to watch us play with ourselves.
Yeah, basically. And we'll go back to it here because the Civil War is over, and so is the Beaver season essentially because they've got nothing to look forward to.
Right.
It was apparently like one of the I don't remember who it was. One of the wide receivers was talking about playing in Reeser, and he made the comment specifically. He's like, "Yeah, they'll bring out their little weed whacker or whatever on third down."
That's a good clip.
And the best part about it is Oregon had like 3 third downs the entire game.
Yeah.
They didn't even have the opportunity to play the fucking chainsaw.
They didn't even get to a third down until 2 minutes left in the first half.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So it's like, okay.
Okay.
First down, second down, first down, second down, first down, second down, touchdown, hey.
That's our new fight song.
Yeah. at least when we play the fucking Beavers.
Yeah.
I mean, this is what needed to happen. Just remind them what the score is and where they belong. And honestly, there's no reason we should continue playing these fucking guys.
Yeah, I mean, I get it, but they are like super close and super annoying. So I would like to beat the shit out of them every year.
Yeah, I legitimately don't think Dan Lanning will ever lose to Oregon State again.
Hope not.
I think that one time that we lost to Oregon State, that he got enough people talking to him about it, that he has made it a point that I'm never losing to Oregon State.
He was still talking about that game this last week.
Yeah.
He still brought it up. He's like 31 runs in a row or whatever the fuck it was. He's pissed. He's still pissed.
It's like that's never like I guarantee you, like the worst. It's what they call a Pyrrhic victory. Yeah. The worst thing that could have happened is yes, you won, but you created
at what cost?
Yeah, at what cost? You have created a mortal enemy now.
You've awakened the dragon.
And that I feel the same way about Washington. I feel like this year that we're going to beat the Huskies by like 40. And we're just going to work out some demons.
Yeah, because he's pissed about that, too. We shouldn't have lost to him twice last year.
Yeah.
Literally, we lost to one team, kept us out of the playoffs.
By 3 points 2 times.
Mm-hmm. Fucking bullshit.
But yeah, that'll I'm looking forward to that game. Like I realized that was a game now that is at the end of the year during Thanksgiving.
Weekend. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was talking to my wife and them. I was like, hey, I'm already going to be down there, so I don't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
Because we were trying to figure out what, holiday plans and what have you. Mm-hmm. And I said, well, whatever this weekend is, the 30th, I'm not doing shit because that's a Washington game.
Is it still a Saturday game?
I thought it was Friday. Hold on, let me look.
The time? Hold on.
30th. Yeah, it's the 30th for sure. And I thought that was a Friday, but
November 24th.
No, that's a Saturday.
Okay, good.
Oh, okay.
Oof,
I don't
good.
like Black Friday games.
Right. Well, also that's my finals week now because I started school like
Right. So
we
is that what they're
started.
doing? That is finals week?
That is finals week.
So finals will all be done by Wednesday.
Yep.
Oof.
For all 4 of my classes.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, like, it wasn't so bad for me when I was at Western because I was in my major, and they're like, "Hey, it's badminton. There's no final. See you guys next year or whenever." Like they didn't care. But like with regular classes, that can suck.
Yeah.
Hey, it's badminton. There's no final.
Yeah.
Did you
We're
show up
gonna
to
do the
class
final
more
next
times than
week.
not? You pass.
Yeah, pretty much. Did you win the doubles tournament by yourself because your teammate didn't show up? Cool.
Did you see, speaking of badminton and handicaps, did you
The midget badminton? Yes. The Paralympic Games, which I thought was hilarious because, yes, they are technically handicapped, but at the same time, like they're 100% functional,
right?
Just at a smaller scale.
It's been just watching him dive all
Oh
over
my
the
God.
place to get to the shuttlecock. Fun words to say.
He had to get on his knees for that cock.
Yeah, hey.
Jake, if you
No,
ever
he
get
didn't.
into a place where you are allowed dogs, you probably should have a corgi because they are the midgets of the dog world.
I do like corgis.
Plus,
Corgis
Dave
are
would
the
be
shit.
like, "Hey, give me that dog.
Give me that dog.
Give me that dog.
Can I
just
pet that
waiting.
dog?"
Hopefully by next summer, I'll be able to get a dog.
Is that your goal?
Yeah.
Are you gonna get a corgi?
Once I get back from whatever adventure I'm gonna go on next summer,
Corgi Dave.
as I want to get a dog. I've
Are you
been
gonna
wanting
name
one
it
for a
Ein?
long time. You guys know this.
Yeah. I've been thinking about getting a dog, but I also feel like as long as we have this cat here that my parents barely take care of, it's probably a waste of time.
That's the weirdest cat, dude.
He's nice, but just they don't take care of him. Like he's constantly got flea marks or flea bites, because they're so cheap that they're like, he's
How
fine.
cheap are they?
So cheap that they won't fucking get their pet medicine.
Oh, it's fucked up.
It's not very funny.
It's not funny at all.
That was the worst punchline ever.
Boo!
Whenever I'm walking down the hall and it's just laying there, I'm like, "Are you sleeping or are you dead?"
Yes. But he's a nice cat. He just, I don't know.
touch me.
Yeah.
Mangy.
Yeah.
It's kind of an ugly cat too. It's one of those.
Well, yeah, he's technically a full-blooded whatever Persian, or is that what those are? I don't know, the long-haired cats.
Yeah, Persian.
But he was like the smallest of the litter, and his fucking teeth are fucked up. So like he has a hard time eating, and so he's super skinny too.
It looks like if a pug was a cat, is what this cat looks like.
That's what. Yeah, that's Persian.
So he's not so much a Persian; he's more of an Afghan.
Yeah.
Okay, cat guy.
No, I'm just making fun of Afghan people.
It was a joke. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Afghanistan animation.
It's Afghanistan animation.
The old pajama warriors.
Yeah. The Pajama Warriors. That's a good one. Civil War, Crapple Cup.
Crapple Cup.
What else are we talking about this week?
You were going to talk about Beetlejuice.
Yeah, I mean, I saw it. I took Riv and watched that Sunday. So Riv was there. I got to pick her up Saturday to go to the wedding so she could be a flower girl, which that was another thing. Her mom wouldn't let me get her Friday. So she had to get to my house and then get dressed. We ordered a dress from Amazon. Mm-hmm. She tries it on and it is so tight that it won't zip up because it's a 14, but it's apparently an Amazon 14.
Right.
Won't fit her. So I'm like, fuck. Civil War starts at 12:30. It's 11. Maybe it was 11:30. We got to go now to Roseburg and see if we can find you a dress. Mm-hmm. So we had to go to Roseburg, find her address. I'm watching Civil War on my phone the whole time. Get her address, get home like second quarter. and then watch the second quarter and then leave.
Because you may as well.
Yeah. But then, so obviously she stayed the night Saturday. Sunday morning, we get up, and I was like, hey, since I have to take you back, why don't we go watch Beetlejuice on the way? It's like, yeah. So we went and watched Beetlejuice.
Got her all jacked up on Mountain Dew and dropped her off.
Shake her up and drop her off.
No, it was those Jones sodas, the Beetlejuice Jones sodas.
Oh, nice.
She likes those.
Those are
but anyway,
weird.
it's Beetlejuice is a good movie. It's got a lot of callbacks. I guess I wouldn't call it a ton. It's not like Deadpool, but
just riddled with them.
Right, but there's definitely like a lot more diving into the Dead World stuff, and definitely a very different story. I did call the big twist. I'm like, oh, yep. I'm not going to say it, but I called it as soon as something showed up, happened, whatever it was. It was cool seeing the same characters. Michael Keaton's a fucking badass. I loved his Beetlejuice. It was almost the same voice, a little different. Got Jenna Ortega.
I've always wondered about that actors reprising a role after so long.
Yeah.
Like, how do you got to find it again? You know what I mean?
Like, do you think, and this is kind of funny because I saw they're like, oh, we had basically Christopher Lloyd cast as the live action grandpa, Rick Sanchez. I'm like,
yeah,
what are you talking about? Rick Sanchez is based off of fucking Dr. Brown.
Kind of dumb.
Yeah, it's like, imagine him reprising that role, and I think he absolutely could.
Oh, Willem Dafoe. He plays this totally new character, which is, it's so hilarious. I would say his character is probably one of my favorite parts of the movie. He plays a dead guy that was an actor I think he was doing his own stunt when he died. But then in the afterlife, he still thinks he's an actor, but he's acting as a cop working for the underworld. So the whole character it's silly, but he's also like setting up scenes and stuff. And it's a funny premise. And Willem Dafoe is a good actor. So
I love Willem Dafoe.
He couldn't fuck it up. It was really good. But yeah, like I said in the pre-show, it's good enough to watch. I wouldn't get in a big hurry to watch it if you don't have to. Wait for it to be on TV or something. It's good though. You'll like it.
Not necessarily a movie that you need to see in theater.
I liked it. You should see it, but I wouldn't rush out to see it in the theater if you don't have to. Like if you got like a cheap movie night, like we have Tuesdays where there's $6, maybe go watch it Tuesday.
Yeah, we don't have cheap anything up here.
No. But I do like movie theater popcorn.
They have deals in Seattle where you have to pay extra.
Yeah, and, they're like, pay extra night.
Oh, hey, welcome in. It's Tuesday. You actually get to pay twice the amount.
Oh, great.
Wait, why?
It's called flash pricing.
But I did bring dots, so.
Yeah, I did bring dots.
Oh, we were going to talk about exploding pagers.
Oh yeah, because you mentioned Hezbollah.
Yeah.
And I thought that's where we were going, and then we went other route. That's okay.
So Hezbollah in Lebanon, a bunch of pagers that a bunch of Hezbollah agents were carrying just started exploding.
2,000 pagers.
Yeah, 2,000 pagers just exploding and killing them.
They didn't all die.
But
almost everybody got injured. Yeah.
And so now Hezbollah's just like, we're gonna get you, Israel, and Israel's like,
okay.
What?
They haven't even they haven't released a statement, haven't said anything. They're just like,
they're like, why would that happen?
What in a world?
So I was super confused how they made these pagers blow up, because I'm like, well, if they can do that, can they make just anybody's phone blow up? Then I heard what happened.
What happened was
Israel got in contact with the company that makes them and put explosives in them. So then when they dial these pagers with the code, they fucking all exploded.
Mm-hmm.
How awesome is that?
That's like the most long-term planning.
Right?
Yeah. I think with what's going on right now, if you didn't know and you're paying attention,
now you know.
You're starting to understand how much of a long game Mossad will do.
Right?
Is running. The one guy they killed in at a safe house. They had a bomb placed in there waiting for him.
Right.
Like
And they were
Mossad's just like
waiting for him to show up.
Mossad's like, hold on, we got time.
Yep.
Well, the way war in general is entering the levels of absurd these days. I mean, you saw Ukraine essentially just dropping thermite on people, and because, as we know, it's never a war crime the first time.
Yeah. Did you see what they did yesterday?
I saw they blew something the fuck up. I can't remember what it was.
They blew up
the Red Cross people.
Russia's biggest arms stockpile.
Oh yeah.
Like some 80,000 pounds of explosives, and they dropped all the fucking drones on it. And it was the biggest explosion inside of Russia ever.
Yeah.
And it wasn't a nuke.
Wasn't it near the Kremlin?
Yet. Something like that. It was like north of that, or
Like they went into Russia.
Into Russia.
Deep into Russia. I saw that porn once.
Yeah. Evangeline, or what was it? Emmeline does Dallas, whatever. I don't know. Emmeline in space.
Spacemeth.
Katerina in Russia. Katerina does Russia.
Thermite fucking shit up.
Also, Russia killed a bunch of Red Cross people. And now...
I didn't hear this.
Yeah.
Yeah, nor I.
Yeah, Russia was bombing a city just over the border. And Red Cross is there because that's what Red Cross does. Mm-hmm. They're for the humanitarian thing.
Yeah.
They also drive around in trucks with big giant red crosses on them.
Yep. That's so you know who they are.
Yeah. And they just went missile. Boom, you're done.
Jesus.
So now that's added on to the old war crime thing. And also we talked about it last week, how I mentioned, man, I wonder what the the population shortage, because all these dudes are dying.
Oh yeah.
Came out in the news today that both Ukraine and Russia are worried about it.
Well, I knew we talked about Russia's shortage
all the time.
They've got like 50 years.
Yeah. Well, and then also I heard it the phrase today that Putin's his war tactics, they're calling it the meat grinder tactic, because he's just like, hey, we need that position over there, and there's only 3 guys. Let's send 20 and see who comes back. like literally just, I mean, it's very on brand for Russia and war, because that's pretty much what they did in World War II too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this is a country that was like...
That's how Padre did it, and that's how we do it.
It's basically, they're like, hey, let's advance them into a bullshit position, and if they retreat, fucking shoot them.
Yeah, right. So anyway, there's reports that this came out, this was a directive out of the Kremlin, that because they need to start making babies, that it is all right now on your lunch break to go try to make a baby.
All right.
It's like,
I mean, I'm not still going to Russia, but
it's like, well, punch that clock.
Well, there's that Irish bar.
Tug that cock.
Yeah, hey, there's that Irish bar in Las Vegas that's got all the Irish chicks in it. Soon there'll be a Ukrainian bar.
Yeah.
And a Russian bar. They're like, we ran out of men because we kept trying to invade Ukraine.
Right.
I'm okay with that.
I did see a video. It's just this one hot Ukrainian chick in BDU pants, the Ukrainian military pants and a shirt, and she's like, I'm Ukraine, this is my car, and it's like a bombed out car, and she's like, I'm Ukraine, this is my school, and it's a bombed out school. And then it cuts to someone else being like, I don't care, we just sent you hundreds of billions of dollars.
Right.
Come to my country.
Yeah.
We didn't send schools.
Yeah.
We sent bombs.
Yeah. Bomb.
Oh, that's the other thing too.
Let me drop
right now the U.S.
the bomb song.
The bomb song.
Not bombs over Baghdad. Bombs over Belarus.
Bombs over Belarus.
Bombs over Belarus. Huh?
What is it? Oh yeah, so the U.S. and the U.K. sent over advisors to go, I don't know, advise.
They probably have sex on lunch breaks.
Right? They're like, hey, Russia, so far not so good, huh?
Mm-hmm. Well, because Ukraine.
Hey, yeah, it's America.
Ukraine's trying to get.
We haven't been involved.
Ukraine's trying to get the U.S. and the U.K. to approve the use of long-range missiles, so that they can reach into Russia, and like the U.S. is like, no.
No.
I guess Canada approved it, which is odd.
Of course, Canada approved it.
Yeah.
Number one in first-time war crimes.
Yeah. Oh, wartime Canada. War crime Canada.
Well, sure, we don't have a navy. That's because if we could get our boats across the water, we'd fuck everything up.
Yeah. You think the U.S. is sensitive about their boats? Wait till Canada gets one.
Yeah, but that's
wait till Canada gets one. You can't just ride whales across there, dumbass.
Right? Well, that's the Inuit population coming out of Newfoundland. Just come out of
yeah.
No fucking Newfies.
Oh my god.
What were you saying, Dave?
Wait till Canada gets one.
Yeah. No, that's just it. The Ukraine
that's it.
Ukraine's just been like, hey, can we get your missiles so that we can win this? And like everyone's like, no, build your own.
Yeah. We've given you everything else so far. And then also, meanwhile, Poland is like, hey, can we get some more of that shit you guys are selling?
Poland's like, hey, can I have some bread, please?
Well, Poland is like our current number one like purchaser right now. They're like, hey, give us some more of those F-18s. Why? Yeah. Don't worry about it. But you see how Russia's over there? It's going to be okay.
Finland just ordered 100 or 160 F-35s from America. 35s? They're literally right next to Russia. What?
I'm getting my numbers mixed up, I think. Because the US has a plane that we won't like. It's a congressional.
The 22.
Is it the 22?
Yeah, we can't. Or it's either the
22 Raptor.
Yeah, we can't do the 22. The 35.
Well, the 35 was the one we weren't allowed to sell, but I guess because we've advanced and we're trying to, our goal is to build another one. And I guess they have one that's basically you could run 10 F-35s against this one plane.
It was an 80-1. It was the F-35.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, it was an 80. At least I want to say so because I read a few different of their simulations, and I think one of them was 80-1.
I did hear one that was 80-1, but
it's like that movie Stealth.
No.
Yeah, we have that plane too.
Yeah, we got one of them too. Wait till Canada gets one.
Like that fake plane that we had in Top Gun.
It's not fake.
That's real.
I always say this about Call of Duty. If you want to know what our army is going to be doing in 10 years, play Call of Duty. It's like, oh, hey, weird. We're the Call of Duty in space. That's kind of funny. What came out immediately after that?
Right.
Space Force.
I'm still waiting on an exosuit then.
We have those too.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, we do.
We have one now that you have to have a Neuralink chip to use. Yeah.
That'd be wicked.
I forgot what. Oh, the very first Call of Duty was sponsored by the U.S. Army. And then they were like, wait, we shouldn't make it so obvious.
We shouldn't make it so realistic.
But it is technically a recruiting tool.
It is absolutely a recruiting tool. And what's more, they're training kids how to use drones. And so when they get to the military, they already essentially know how to use a Javelin missile.
I'm pretty sure I read that book.
Yeah.
That's why they try to make our weapons exactly like they are in the game. Like the future weapons. Like they're like, oh yeah, I know this gun. Like
I know how to reload this. I got to do this, and then this, and then this, and then this.
The double tap X.
obviously they don't know all of it, but they can be trained.
Right, and a familiarity with something is knowing is half the battle.
Right? G.I. Joe. Another one.
Definitely a recruiting tool.
Since we're running out of time, another one. Oh, Donald Trump being 2-0.
Oh yeah.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
At this point, like, it's not making news when Donald Trump gets assassinated. Like,
right? Well,
we made a lot of jokes about like how it must be incredibly difficult to assassinate a president if Obama and Trump went back to back. But I guarantee that he will not, if elected, he will not make it all 4 years.
It wouldn't surprise me.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if nothing else, like, he'll just die because he's a billion.
Right.
Right. Well, also, so on this one, that stop at Mar-a-Lago, not on any schedule whatsoever.
No.
So that's what's making it a little more.
They're like
suspicious.
Yeah, they're like, oh, weird, another assassination attempt, and wow, his ear sure looks fine.
Yeah.
And then according to the shooter's phone data, he had been hanging out at Mar-a-Lago for 12 hours.
So that may have been, he was just waiting to see if he
might have
up.
just been waiting. Yeah, but I mean, I don't know anything about the first one, so we're just moving on to the next.
Yeah, the first one happened, and
it's like the first one happened, and then the story just died, and then 9 weeks, literally 9 weeks later, another one happens, and it's like, hey, can I hear something about this yet?
And there was no. There was no. Who cares? Like,
no breaking news.
Speaking of another one, Diddy.
Yeah,
Diddy got arrested.
874 dildos.
They also found 1,000 bottles of what, Dave?
Lube or baby oil?
Baby oil.
Okay.
1,000 bottles of baby oil.
Oh my!
This one comedian posted, "That's one ashy baby."
Oh.
My name's Ashy Larry.
But yeah, they arrested him because they have all of his tapes, which it's now been confirmed that he was having his freak offs. That's what he called them, his little sex parties, where he would make people have sex, record it, and then they would stay there for days at a time. He would call in nurses to give these people IVs so that they could keep going.
Damn.
Yeah.
Dude, he's gonna get worked over in prison.
Man.
If they send him to a real prison.
They won't.
Yeah, he'll go away and we'll just not hear him.
He'll go to one of them white collar prisons that Martha Stewart hung out at.
Right.
Yeah, he'll still get raped there.
Martha Stewart's going back to prison.
He might like it though, from what I've heard.
From what we understand.
Word on the street.
Can't stop, won't stop.
Yeah, that's what he was saying. Bad boy, baby.
Oh my god! I heard the leaked video or audio of him and Meek Mill, and I was like, "Oh!"
It was a train wreck because I didn't want to hear it.
I didn't want to hear it
either. But I couldn't stop listening and being disgusted at the same time.
Luckily, when I heard it, there was a guy talking
I heard
over it. Right? Why does this keep playing on my phone for 10 hours? This is weird.
Hey, why did I find it on YouTube? Yeah, what happened to me is I found it like a month ago on Twitter, and I'm reading what this guy is saying as I'm listening to it. I'm like, and I don't realize what I'm hearing until about halfway through. So then you have to go back to the beginning and start over, and now knowingly listen to what you're listening to.
Yeah.
No thanks. That wasn't fun.
Pass.
That's pretty much my story.
Hard pass.
It's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
You know, these people, they could have been anywhere in the world. They're here with us. We appreciate that. Make sure you're checking us out online. You can see the pre-show, and that way you can get all of our jokes, the ones that tie into one another.
Some of them are appropriate.
Some of them are even funny.
Yeah, sometimes.
But for this episode, this edition of my show, good night, universe.
Until we meet again.
Go Ducks.
Go Ducks.
Ducks. Nice.
make sure to go and check out definitelynotsellingdrugs.com.